I guess, what did you like the most from what you saw from the group last night?
I think just patience. I thought we stuck with it. Well, obviously they got a goal at the end of the first, and I thought we responded well. So I think moving forward, more of that. Playing within structure, not get carried away with the score, and just playing our game.
What stood out the most about Austin and his line last night?
Yeah, obviously they did a great job for us. Big impact on the game, and obviously a big goal in the third. So, when they're playing well, they can be a driving force. I think at the end of the year we witnessed that, and obviously Austin himself, when he's feeling it and he's competitive and playing well. Obviously one of the best players in the game.
Is there anything you learned about Boston over the past couple games that maybe didn't come up in pre-scout looking ahead of the series?
I don't think so. I think they've done a good job of changing things up and obviously playing hard. And with this group, if you look at what they've done over the past a few years, obviously you know what to expect. They're a good team. They're deep. Two good goalies. So we have our hands full. But in terms of what they've brought, obviously they've been competitive and have played well both nights. So it's on us to go home now and regroup and keep battling.
How have the Bruins made it tough on you guys on the penalty kill when you're on the power play? It seemed like it was getting better as the night went on, but
yeah, again, I think they've done a good job. They come with a lot of pressure, and it's not always easy to break that, but it's on us to execute and make plays when they're available and break that pressure and try to buy some time. So they're doing a good job on the PK on the power play. So our group has to be ready to try to win that battle of special teams, and moving forward in this series, that'll be a focus for us.
The Nylander injury kind of felt like it came out of nowhere. What's your sense of kind of how he's holding up?
I think he's doing great. But in terms of injuries and stuff, I don't have any kind of update or anything like that. But our group is doing well. Obviously, it was a big win for us, so everyone was feeling good last night.
What's it do for the group when you're able, and Bobby's out as well, of course, to get a win like last night on the road without a couple key guys?
Yeah, it's always important. When you're missing guys or not, those wins are big for us, and so we get a chance now to go home and play well and hopefully keep this going.
what's the message like in the dressing room after the first period last night when you give up a late goal, then you come back and you're able to get that push back in the second?
It's just about refocusing. Obviously not ideal to give one up late in a period like that, but it's just a matter of keeping your focus and again not getting carried away, not becoming impatient, and just sticking with the game plan.
How would you describe the intensity you're feeling from Max Domi in the playoffs now? It feels like he's really kind of feeling it.
Yeah, I feel like we've all tried to ramp it up a bit, and obviously Max is at the forefront of that just with how he plays, and we're grateful to have him, and he's had a great season for us, and to watch him ramp it up in the playoffs, it is fun.
I'm guessing Swayman will be back in Game 3. He's kind of had your guys' number this season. What's the key to making his life difficult in a couple days?
I think it's like anything. Traffic, tips, and rebounds. I don't think we change anything depending on who's in net. They have two really good goalies, so regardless of who's playing, it's about making it hard. And again, that just comes with traffic, with tips, and jumping on rebounds and just trying to make it tough.
For your line, what's the key to kind of establishing a bit more possession moving forward here?
Yeah, I think we just got to be clean through our neutral zone, have speed off the puck, and play behind them. I think we made kind of cute plays in front of them, but I think if we play behind them, I think it's gonna, help benefit our ozone time.
Pasternak, he scores late in the first. Got to go to the locker room. What was sort of the message and the focus to rebound in the second? I
think just stick to what we were doing. Obviously, that's not a kind of goal we want to let up in that time of the game, but I think our response after that was good. I think we came out physical and strong and played in their zone, and that's the kind of thing we want to do is just to rebound from that, and I think we played well the rest of the game from there.
What stood out to you the most about Austin last night?
That goal was pretty incredible. I think he was good on the face-off dot. I think he was being physical. I think he was involved in all goals. So, pretty good leader and a guy that we can look up to.
What have you learned about Domi this year?
Just how fearless he is. Always goes in for contact, always tries to get under their skin, and he's just fun to watch.
I'm expecting them to go back to Swayman in Game 3. He's had your number this season. Like, what's the key to making his life hard in a couple days?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just got to get in front of him. Live inside the paint, and kind of just make life hell for him. Around the net, and I think that's we did a good job of that in Game 2, and I think we just got to focus and execute on that in Game 3.
How much does it get your attention when a team is changing goalies? Like, in a playoff series, is pretty rare for that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, they're both good goalies, but I don't think it changes our, what we need to do. The standards we play at. I think it's we just got to focus on being around there and and getting pucks to the net and just making it difficult for them.
How much do you feel the experience last year in the playoffs is helping you this time around?
A lot. I knew what to expect coming in Game 1, and it's obviously it's physical and hard hockey, and so it was good to have that little experience. But it's a different atmosphere. Playing at TD Garden and playing the Bruins. But yeah, I think it's helped me a little bit, and I'm just looking forward to keeping that going.
Robertson was talking about some of the crazy fans along the glass in warm-up. What stood out about the environment, I guess, and the Boston fans here?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun atmosphere to be in. It's loud. It's wasn't many guys on the glass for us in warm-ups usually. I think there's a little more for us, when we're on away barns. But I think it was just fun to be a part of, and fun to get the win.
What can those guys do to generate a bit more possession moving forward in the series here?
I got no issues with that line. They're doing a good job. I just watched a bunch of forechecks here this morning. Those guys are really working and competing and creating lots of pressure up ice, which is allowing them to spend less time in our end. So I liked a lot of what that group is doing. Mitch even last night, didn't get on the sheet, but there's a few plays that he made at different times to advance the puck and get us out of trouble. That's important. It's the way the matchups roll right now. Those guys are taking on some tough responsibility playing against Pasternak, and have done a really good job of it. So we had one mistake on the face-off last night, but aside from that, through 2 games, I've liked what we've gotten from that line. It's not going to be, each line's not going to roll every single night offensively. Their time will come in the series, but I like what they've done so far here defensively, and they're a big part of, last night's win.
When Boston's able to roll out 2 even power play units, how much more of a challenge does that pose in fending them off in penalty kill?
Yeah, well, you got to see your way through the full 2 minutes for sure. And they've got things spread out there pretty good, and they've got threats on both groups. So, yeah, we saw that certainly in Game 1. Where we thought we had had done a good job in the first minute, and on the second power play goal they scored in Game 1. I think we got right down to minute 50 seconds or so of the kill, and then they score. So yeah, you got to see your way through the full 2 minutes, and love the way we did that last night in crunch time at the end.
How optimistic are you that you might have Nylander available for Game 3?
Well, obviously no update today because not much happening for us here today except for getting ready to travel. But it's a possibility for us tomorrow, I guess, is all we would say.
What do you make of how the team adjusted, having not played without him all year? It wasn't the main story in Game 1, but clearly it impacts the game in so many ways. What do you make of how the group has adapted?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you necessarily adjust when you lose players. Like it affects you on special teams, right? Power play, especially. In Game 1 we went with Yarncroc. Last time we went with Burt. You're trying to kind of fill the void and find something that works there. And we like the way that worked last night. But at 5-on-5, you plug the hole. Yarncroc comes back at the time we lose Willie, so that's helpful. And then you just press on. In terms of our game or style of play, I don't think there's. You don't overthink that. It's playoff time, and there's a certain style of play that's required, whether Willie's in or not. And I think we've done a pretty good job of that through 2 games. We've liked that.
Jim Montgomery was saying that his team hasn't been able to play as fast as they'd like, especially in transition. What are you guys doing well, do you think, defensively right now to slow them down?
Well, I think our pressure on the puck has been really good in all three zones, and that's helped us, keep things out of the middle of the ice, take away their time and space. That's been really important. But there's times when they found their way through. I mean, this is a really good team with a lot of elite players. They play with lots of pace and stress you defensively too. So we like the job that we've done. We like the style of hockey that we've played here, including game one. Quite frankly, at 5-on-5. But we recognize the challenge that's ahead here. This is an elite team here. We're happy to get the split on the road, but we got to get back home and be prepared for their pushback here now.
Assuming they go back to Swayman and the rotation continues, he's obviously a guy who was feeling good in game one, has had your number this season. What's the key offensively to make his life more difficult tomorrow?
Again, as we said, we were prepared to play against both goalies in this series, and that's how it's worked out here. But regardless of who's in the goal, the plan remains the same. You got to get to the net. You got to have traffic. You got to create rebounds. You got to do all the things that are required to score this time of year. We were able to get Austin in alone last night, and we were in alone a couple times in game one as well. Not quite as clean as that, but you got to make good on those types of opportunities because they're very rare. But otherwise, you're just trying to stress whoever's in net as much as you can with traffic and pucks flying in and pace and all those kind of things. So, whoever we see in the goal, the plan for us doesn't change.